Okay, and then moving your stuff from New York. Okay, okay, awesome. Hey, what's up, guys? Today is October the 24th. We are out here in beautiful Conyers, Georgia. This is my new client, Kevin. Kevin, actually, I asked Kevin, I said, Kevin, how did you hear about me again? He said, Courtney, YouTube. So anyway, guys, we're about to do some screen and recoating. Kevin just added the UV system to his floors. He said, Courtney, I see you doing that UV a lot. So initially, we were just coming out for a regular screen and recoat. I don't carry the UV stuff in my van when I'm not using it. So after the first coat, we're gonna go back to the shop and grab the UV machine and some rad coat. So let me show you guys what we're gonna be doing today. So we're out here in beautiful Conyers, Georgia. It is a beautiful day. I have a ride along today, guys. This is Daniel. Daniel's from KC, Kansas City. All right, and got Tavares. You guys know my assistant, Tavares. So what we're gonna be doing, guys, I came out, looked at these floors maybe a few months ago when David, not David, I keep saying David. David actually is a client I went and looked at this morning. I'm gonna kind of throw that in the video. He did the UV cure on his floor. It was one of the biggest jobs I ever did. And I also had a ride along with me on that job. Well, he had a gym in back of his home that's about 5,000 square feet, and he want to get us to do that floor as well, so he don't have to sand the floors. But he said, Courtney, if I can, use your system so we can preserve the floors, I would rather do that. So what we're going to be doing here, guys, is some screen and recoating. The floors for overall are not bad, as you can see, but there's a lot of scuff marks. So we're gonna get a screen on this floor here. So this is 1,019 square feet. And the worst area, guys, is right here. So we're gonna do some color correction. You see that? It's just totally worn out, high traffic area. And I'm going to get the first coat down, and then after the first coat, we're then going to clean and prep, color correct, and go off back to, it's going to be about, and that's perfect because it's going to be about an hour drive, about 45 minutes to an hour drive going back to Lawrenceville from Conyers, then come back and rad coat. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started. All right, guys, Daniel got it, he got it. And one thing I teach my guys too, see those quarter rounds? That's one of the big benefits of the screen and recoat or maintenance. You don't have to remove the quarter rounds because we're not sanding the floors, all right? But I do tell my guys if they're not comfortable going all the way up, it is technique. Just stay maybe a few inches away and we can come back by hand so you don't ruin the quarter rounds, all right? So yeah, Daniel's doing a great job controlling the buffer. We got about 15 pounds of weight on there. Get some good friction. And as you look close, we are getting a good screen on this floor. All right, guys, stay tuned. All right, guys, look at that color correction. I had to really think outside the box because I'll tell you already looking at this floor, a lot of times they mix stains, so I had to kind of play around with different colors. But the client, my client Kevin, he loves it. So anyway, guys, we're about to get ready to put down the first coat. Before the rad coat, actually I had a lady find me in Alpharetta. She just wants to make her floors lighter, but she said no, Courtney. But I told her I don't sand floors, but I'll refer her to one of my sanding guys. But I told her, but she said, well, how can we still get the rad coat? It's like 3,000 square feet. It's about, she said, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, 3,000 square feet. She says about 1,500 both floors. And they want to get the floors done before they move in. And she saw the rad coat system that I use. So I told her I can just bill her just for the rad coat system. And what I would do is have Aaron, I'll get him the rad coat to put down. Because when they sand floors, they do 3 coats. Because usually that first coat just soaks right into the floor. And then they'll do 2 more coats. So I'll basically get him the 3rd coat, which is the rad coat. And then the next day, I'll come in and UV cure it. So we can also do it that way as well. All right, guys, got Daniel just doing some touch-ups. And I just actually ordered us some lunch. Sometimes I just DoorDash. I'll ask the client if it's okay before I do that. And 99.9% of the time, they don't care. And yeah, guys, so we're gonna go ahead and get the coating down. Tavares is on his way back with the rag coat and the UV. And all right, guys, stay tuned. Yes, it does. Peek your head around, look at that area I did. Yeah. Thank you. All right, guys, we got the first coat down. Shout out to Daniel. Daniel actually rode about 95% of this whole first coat, and look how good that floor looks. Oh, that's beautiful. He did a good job rolling the finish. So this is the first coat. Now, usually with site finish floors, again, depending on the level of the finish, guys, I usually do 2 coats. Engineered floors, usually 1 coat, but if I have to do 2 coats, I'll probably do a seal coat first and then the second coat, because the reason why, and this is from experience, and this is also things that I have learned over the years, is too much finish can be not good for the floors. And when I say that, I had a client that paid me extra to do 3 coats before I was doing the UV cure last year. Well, she called me back and she said, Courtney, where the dog's nails are, it's not scratching the floor, but the finish just looks like it's separating. So I went out there, did an inspection, and find out, since I only do wood floor maintenance, most of the time, guys, there's at least still 1 coat left in the floor. And that's that first coat that they usually apply that kind of soaks into the floor. That's usually like what they call like a bill coat. Well, putting all that finish on the floor, it makes the finish too flexible, okay, if that makes sense. And what happened is, when you have big dogs, and she had like these Labrador retrievers, the pressure of their nails, I don't have nails, when they push down on the floor to pick themselves up off the floor, and it was only the areas where they lay and they pick themselves up, the pressure from their nails is pushing that finish that has too much bill down, and then it's raising up off the floor. So it looks like, again, it's like a finish that's not scratching off, or it just raised up, and that's called basically too much, you're putting too much finish on the floor. So that's why, depending on the situation, site finish floors, 2 coats, engineered floors, 1 coat. But guys, look at that right there. Don't they look so much better? Wow, look at that. And I will say too, I really had to get tricky with this area, because the reason why, it looks like a stain blend. It almost looks like a dark walnut, and I did use dark walnut, but it looks like a dark walnut with some ebony in it. If you look really close, that's a pretty dark floor. It's not quite as ebony, because you can still see some of the brown in it. So I think this was a mix of stains, and my sanding guys that I network with, they do not like mixing stains, because it's hard to correct those floors, trying to figure out the ratio of stain that was mixed. So anyway, guys, we're gonna go ahead and got the rag coat made up. I just made that up. I'm gonna let that sit for about 20-30 minutes and get that down.
All
and
right,
then get the UV cure.
Got the rag coat going down. My client's going with the satin finish. I also put the nano wear in it. The nano, just a just makes the rag coat. Not to say it needs it, but it's just a habit that I have, man. You know, my clients are paying, you know, good money to have this service done, so why not give them the best? So, all right, guys, just got the rag coat going down, and I'm actually looking at my schedule tomorrow. I was telling Daniel we actually have 2 jobs tomorrow. One is a repeat client in Buckhead. I actually buff her floors once a year. She's one of those clients. I just like to keep up with the floors, and she has me out once a year to just clean and buff the floors, usually like an 1.5-hour job. And then we have a screen and recoat on a engineered floor, and we have 2 consultations tomorrow. So tomorrow's gonna be a busy day. All right, guys, get this rag coat down. Going down really, really good. Stay tuned.
All right, guys, floors look amazing. Rag coat is ready for UV cure. Man, look at this floor. Look at this floor. I would say, man, this is a beautiful stain. I love this stain on this floor. Actually, the job that we did in Houston, Mr. Mario, he had a nice stain as well. It wasn't as dark as this, but it was a really, really good stain. So anyway, I got these little lights that I keep in my van, so we didn't have no lights in here. But guys, about to go ahead and get the UV machine started. And I actually picked up another estimate for Traditions of Brazelton. He actually saw the video that I did yesterday when my client shared that video in the neighborhood group, and a guy called me today and said, I want to go with this service because we got a price to sand the floors and we're just not trying to spend that type of money right now. So he sent me some pictures. I said, yes, I can definitely improve that with a screen and recoat with some color correction. So I'm going to go out Saturday and give him a quote, and that's all I'm doing Saturday. All right, guys, go ahead and get the UV going. And man, this floor came out amazing. All right, guys, stay tuned.
All right, guys, that is going to do it. Another one in the record books. Floors came out so good, so good. And that rag coat finish is such a beautiful finish. Even my assistants, my ride along, he said, Courtney, Man, it's hot. I said, yeah, when we was walking on it, that looks so much better, guys. My client, Kevin, he's very, very happy. And again, man, watching the videos, seeing what I do. Yeah, guys, this is just a great service. It's a great service for people who want to get in their house, not get out of the house for days, maybe not looking for perfection, but just want the floors to look better. I went and looked at actually the neighbors here. I went and looked at her floor, same thing. Floors are just wearing out. Need some good finish on it. And that's the first thing she said, how long do I gotta get out of the house for? I said, you don't have to get out of the house. Yeah, man, this service is a great service. It's not for everybody. I had a lady that called me today from Alpharetta. Now, she does want the UV, but she wants her floor sanded, but she wants them sanded lighter because she's moving into a home. So I did refer her to my sanding guy, Aaron, and she said, what I'll do then, I'll just have Aaron sand the floors, and then I have you come in and UV cure the floors. But overall, guys, it's what we do. Love making people happy. Thank you again to my client, Kevin. Been a great person to work with. And I must say, guys, for the most part, my clients do not give me any problems. I work for really good people. And the main thing is they know what they want and they have realistic expectations. All right, guys, we're about to head back to the office, get some rest. I got a long day tomorrow. Got 2 consultations, 2 jobs, but glad to be able to do that. All right, guys, see you in the next one.